Hello, 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 hello. Hey guys, it's me again. I have tried recording this video so many times, not even just this week. I've tried recording this video like maybe to be my second video posted on this channel, which is like maybe 2 weeks back now, and it didn't work, and I finally figured it out. It's because I should plan it out. Planning out things actually works, guys, so try it sometime. But today is going to be about teachers. Today is going to be about teachers, specifically teachers that just grind your gears, you know? That was really gross. Teachers that just get under your damn skin. Teachers that just do the most. Teachers that never fail to make me want to jump out of the nearest window. So this video right here is dedicated to you guys. You got a video. Congratulations. Oh wait, actually, before we get started, y'all like the hair? Y'all like the hair? Like, I don't usually put it in like this dome type of shape, but today I wanted to try something new, and I kind of like it. I actually really like it. So, there we go. Just wanted to share that little detail. But basically, today we're going to be talking about those teachers. Those teachers that buddy up with kids for drama to know their business because they don't have friends their own age. The teachers that humiliate the quiet kids to get some sense of superiority. And the teachers who catch an attitude when you even slightly try and question their authority. And not even in a disrespectful way. You could just be asking as to why we're doing something in the class, or why something's being done, and they literally get attacked as if they're doing it wrong. Ma'am, sir, calm down. But we're gonna be talking about those teachers. I've had many of those teachers throughout my high school career. I'm now a senior. Don't have to really deal with that, because I feel like in college, teachers or professors aren't really like that, where they'll get all buddy with kids just to get in the drama because, bitch, you're 30 years old. What are you doing? You are 30 years old. Why do you care about whether or not a 15-year-old is still with her boyfriend? Why do you care? Anyway, let's talk about it. This is basically a story time, honestly. Today we're going to be specifically talking about a certain teacher I had in my sophomore year of high school. He was kind of all three of these things, but mostly he really tried to show his authority through this one thing he did. And he tried it. Didn't succeed, but he tried it. But let's get into the story. So it's my sophomore year of high school, and I'm going to my second period class, which is Spanish, and I have it with, we'll call him Mr. Banana. So Mr. Banana tells the class that we're going to have a test on castle learning. And everyone's hyped, everyone's excited because we get to basically do it at home. It's not a test like he basically said it's like a take-home test. So everyone gets to do it at home, everyone's hyped, everyone's like, this is gonna be easy. I'm hyped because Spanish is not my best class, so it'll be a great grade booster for me. Everyone goes home that night, everyone takes the test. I go home, I get out Google, I get out my notes, I get out this website called Spanish Dict, which is really great if you're in Spanish class. But if you get caught translating things, and your teacher realizes that she hasn't even taught you those words yet, or she hasn't even taught you those phrases yet, and you get caught, it wasn't me. Use it at your own discretion. But anyway, we go home. I use all my resources. I even use my sister to help me because she took Spanish in high school. She was no help. And the only catch was we had an hour to complete the test. And so, I'm taking the test, and I'm just like, I have 20 minutes left. Okay, let me, pick up the pace a little bit. And what seems to feel like 5 minutes that passed, I check, and it was actually 10 minutes, and I had 10 minutes left. And as I'm taking this test, I find that I'm losing time faster. So when I finally have 1 minute and 24 seconds left to take this test, and I see that I have 20 questions left out of 100. No, it was 60 questions, and I think I only did, I forget how many, but I did most of them. I start to panic, and I start to get really upset. I'm just like, oh my god, like my eye literally starts twitching, like I'm literally going crazy. And my sister is trying to calm me down. She's like, listen, chill. He'll just give you the credit for what you did do. I'm just like, yeah, like, why am I bugging? Like, literally, he'll just give me the credit for what I did do, because that's what any sane teacher would do. This is foreshadowing, because obviously he wasn't sane for what he did later. And so we walk in the next day. Next day I have class. The teacher tells us that the grades should be up by that day or the next day. The next day, everyone's talking about what you get on the test. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about what they got wrong, what they got right. And my friend that sits in front of me turns around and says, hey, what'd you get on the test? And I'm looking in Power School, and I usually we get a notification when something's graded on our phones or on our laptops or whatever. And I never got a notification, so I'm just telling her, well, yeah, I didn't get my grade yet. Even though literally everyone in the class was talking about how they got their grade. And she was just like, oh, okay, maybe just check it later. And I was just like, yeah, sure. So I go home, and I go on my phone and I check my Power School, which is basically a grade book that my school uses to put in grades and stuff like that. And I look right next to the test, and the number grade I see is a 0. This man gave me a 0. So obviously I'm panicking. Once again, my eye is twitching. I'm literally going batshit crazy. On the verge of tears, possibly. I don't remember. I probably was. And the next day, I go to my teacher and I go up to him and I'm just like, hey, Mr. Banana, by the way, you gave me a 0 for the test. And he asks me, well, did you finish the test in the hour time span you had? And I say, no, but I did finish most of the test. And he says, well, were you doing something else other than the test in the hour time span? And I said, no, I was doing the test. And he proceeds to tell me that, I was given a certain time that I should have finished in that certain amount of time. And then I try to explain to him that if I finished a certain amount of questions in a certain amount of time, I should get credit for those questions. And then he proceeds to tell me that if this were a Regents, that I wouldn't get extra time. Sir, I don't know if you heard me, but I'm not asking for extra time. I'm asking for my credit. Run me my credit, sir. Give me my credit. And so he proceeds to tell me that I will not be getting any credit for this test. So, as the good person I am, I sit down and I don't argue, because first of all, I am a child and you are a grown-ass man. I am not going to argue with you, sir. So, walking to my next class, I'm thinking, okay, maybe, just maybe, if I don't finish a test or an assignment on the time frame that is given, they don't get a grade for it. So I'm just like, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what's happening. He could have just told me, but maybe that's what the situation is. And so I go to my next class, which is a government, with a teacher that I absolutely love. And I ask my teacher, hey, by the way, when you give assignments on Castle Learning or a test and you give it in a certain time span, can you still see students' grade even if they didn't finish it in the time span? And she proceeds to tell me, oh, absolutely. Yes, we can. We can see it. And I'm just sitting there like, that's very interesting. So he has no reason as to why he's not giving me my grade. And I tell her my situation, I tell her what went on, and she tells me that that's really weird and that he should give me my grade. So I'm just like, yes, and I'm taking it to the office. During my lunch period, I ended up going to the office and telling the office what had happened. Mind you, I was really nervous because I was never in a situation like this where a teacher wouldn't give me credit for something that I deserved credit on. So going to the office, I'm nervous as fuck because I've never had to do this in my life. And I'm explaining to the office that my teacher will not give me credit for a test that I completed more than 60% of. I completed more than 80% of that test, actually. I'm explaining it to them, and they proceed to tell me, well, sweetie, you know, at the end of the day, the teacher does have the last say, so we're going to talk to him, we're going to see what we can do, but there's not really much we can do, so if he says no, then, you know, that's the best we can do. And I'm just sitting there nodding my head and just understanding, And I'm just thinking to myself, that's fine, because I'll be coming back every day. I'll be coming back every day. You'll see me every day until I get my grade, because this is ridiculous. And I proceed to tell them that I would understand if I had done less than 60% of the test, or even 60%. If I did 60% of the test or less, I would have completely understand why he wouldn't want to give me a grade. Because if I have an hour time span to do a test, what am I doing to only complete 60%? It doesn't make sense to only complete 60% of a test when you have an hour. It doesn't make any sense. But I completed a little over 80%, so I wanted my grade. And so they tell me that the best they can do is talk to him and see what'll happen, and I say thank you, I leave. And the next day, I'm walking in that class heated as hell, mad animosity towards this man, because he want to act like he didn't just tell me he was about to give me a grade for a test that I completed more than 80% of. So after that class, I go back down to the office. I ask for an update. They tell me he said that he won't give me my grade. So I'm like, okay, great. And I'm still complaining to them, and I'm still telling them, I just, maybe if you could talk to him again, maybe knock some fucking sense into his brain, because this is bullshit. And I continue to talk to them, and they tell me again they'll see what they can do. And maybe a day or two after, I'm going into his class, and after his lesson, after he finishes teaching, he calls me over to his desk, and he says, okay, so we're gonna try and figure this out. We're gonna try and get you your grade back, okay? We're gonna work together and try and figure this out. There is no we are. There is no we are. No, not us, you. I did my part. I took my ass down to the office, okay? I told them that you didn't want to run me my grade, okay? And I told them the bullshit that you were doing. I told them the circus act that you were participating in because you didn't want to run me my grade. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna figure out how you're gonna take your fat ass fingers, type in an 84 into my grade book, because that's what I ended up getting on the test, an 84. The fact that he said you're gonna figure out how to fix this because I did my part. Okay? I told on you, and now you need to do your part. This is no we. I did my part, you do your part. Please. Thank you. But thankfully by the next day, I saw a nice 84 right next to the test. And, honestly, I didn't even feel good afterwards. I mean, obviously I felt amazing. First of all, I got an 84. That's great. Second of all, I won. But at the same time, I was just like, why would you purposely put your student through something like that? Like, why would you purposely not want to give your student credit for a test or an assignment that they did most of? I feel like your job as a teacher is to help your student, like, do the best that they can, no matter, like, what, like, no matter what. Like, as a teacher, your job is to help your students get to the next level the best you can. How does it look on your end as a teacher, on you trying to fail a student for basically no reason, and then coming up with the excuse that if this were a Regents or if this were an SAT, I wouldn't get extra time? You knew damn well that I was not asking for extra time. I was asking for what I received. I was asking for the grade that I rightfully received. I wasn't asking for extra time, and you know this. And it was just like, it was kind of disheartening, because it was just like, are there more teachers out here like this who are really, like, making it hard for kids to do well in their class? Because it was weird. It was a really weird experience, and I just hope nobody else ever goes through that, because first of all, it made me, like, out of my comfort zone, which honestly, no, I'm glad I had this experience, because it really taught me to stand up for myself, and it took me out of my comfort zone as a like a person in general, because I'm not really the type of person who likes confrontation or stands up for myself honestly that often. But in this situation, I had a feeling, and I knew that, like, I was right and that I needed to go and tell somebody, because, like, especially coming from a household where you're taught to respect your elders basically no matter what, I was just like, it was really like out of my, like, you know, out of my universe to even possibly question a teacher giving me a grade on something, or telling me that I didn't deserve a grade. So it was just like a really like different type of experience for me. Is this still going? It is still going. Okay. It just taught me to stand up for myself and to follow my gut no matter what, and to trust my gut. And hopefully if you're watching, you learned that too, to just just because somebody has an authoritative name or is an authority over you doesn't mean that they can do whatever they want. And basically, like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't just have to be a teacher. It could be a parent. It could be a person in government. It could be anybody who is like a superior to you, basically, or, you know. Yeah, it was kind of disheartening, and yeah, I just hope that nobody else goes through something like that, because it was really uncomfortable for me. And obviously at the end I was happy as fuck because I got my grade, but it was just really annoying that I had to do that in the first place, to fight for a grade that I deserved. But yeah, it's fine because he doesn't even work there anymore. He's gone. But he's probably working at a better place where he gets paid more, but whatever. Hopefully you guys learned something from this too. If you've ever had a situation with a teacher, or like just an annoying teacher who's done stuff that I like said previously in the video, please comment down below and comment like the certain situation and the altercation you had with them, because I really would like to hear that, so that I don't feel alone in this, because honestly that shit was a lot. That caused me a lot of anxiety. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But yeah, if you've ever had a situation like that, please comment down below. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you like my personality where I made you laugh, please subscribe. If you didn't, don't. I'm cool with that. Whatever you want to do, homie. Yeah, I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.